All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube, Pastor Dow. I am back. A lot of people have been inquiring where I've been at. If you've been in touch with my channel, you notice that we just got finished with the Feast of Tabernacles out here, where we had over 850 Israelites. Now they're all celebrating the Feast of the Most High Yah. Now, those commanded feasts you'll find in the Bible, but you won't find Christmas and Easter and Sunday. But that's not the nature of this video. The nature of this video is this. New York, man, I tell you, the Democrats, I think they smell blood with the destruction of America. I really, truly do. Most people don't know that the Democratic Party was the party of the Ku Klux Klan. Yep, you got it right. It wasn't the Republicans that was racist. It was the Democratic Party. But these people now are doubling down because, Andrew Cuomo, he resigned. Of course, it was against his will, but he did it. Now there's a woman up there. And these overlords, these tyrants, these do as I say and not as I do people. The establishment is going the wrong way. We're trying to get the people, the people's attention in this country. Jimmy Dore, the Jimmy Dore Show, I believe that, he's a Democrat. But the talk show hosts, they can't even defend what's going on with this country right now based on the Biden and the Democratic administration, and they are going to be losing their rear end. Not only just midterm elections, but elections will come for a long, long time, because some of the moves and things that they have done, doubling down on the American public, now they are at war with the people that are in the medical profession. The governor of New York just got finished saying that they are going to fire, and gave them a deadline, 72,000 healthcare workers, doctors and nurses, LPNs. I mean, yeah, if you don't get the jab, 72,000. And mind you, New York is already suffering in that particular area right now. They're talking about deploying people from the National Guard, people who have had their license revoked and taken away from them, reinstating them. They're talking about bringing in people from out of state as much as they can. But people don't understand that, the big pharma, whoever it is, if they're going to double down like this, and they're going to try to see if they can mandate and force comply people to work, the American public is balking. Who would ever thought that New York would have the stomach and the intestinal fortitude and the integrity of heart and spirit to balk against the system as hard as they are doing? See, the one thing I think these politicians has not learned is that no matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican or Libertarian or just an American in general, Americans love their liberty. They don't like big government telling them what to do. And when you start putting out mandates and you're trying to force people and make people comply, there's a lot of people that just simply are not going to have their convictions, and I'm going to say that again, overturned, overridden. So now New York is facing a mass exodus of nurses coming to the South. They're all coming to the South. I know, because in this ministry alone, we've got nurses that have defected from that communist democratic state and have come south. People are saying, you know what, I'm sick and tired of this. And of course now, with all this forcedness, and man, mind you, it would be something if Biden, while he was on the presidential campaign, it'd been something if he didn't say this: you cannot force mandates on vaccines. You can't do it. Pelosi, you cannot enforce mandates on vaccine. Schumer, same thing. You think about this for a second. Kamala Harris, you cannot enforce mandatory vaccines on the populations. You know the reason why I say that, right? Because Trump was in office. Here's the political side of it. Now what they're doing. Fauci, we cannot enforce or force the American people to take vaccinations. I'm quoting you exactly what they said. Can you believe this? I'm literally quoting to you exactly what they said. They said it. And now that they're in office, Conrad Joe, Caesar and all of this so-called Senate, Conrads, goose-stepping, communist people, man, you're looking at, they really truly believe that they are our lords, our overlords. We are the servants. You do what I say, and you do it right now, and you shut your mouth and don't have no kickback or nothing. Woo, boy, now everywhere that Joe Biden goes, he gets cussed out. He get cussed out. You can't ask him questions. Now the press secretary, Psaki, whatever her name is, now she's running. They're all are ripping and running away from the public scene, and they're only out there because they got to. But can you imagine going to a place and you the president and you getting cussed out by the people everywhere you go, and then you getting cussed out by the left, the people on your side? But man, they're telling you, they gave a deadline in New York. A deadline. Now, you got to ask yourself, what the hell is really truly going on? You got other countries in the world like Norway and a few other places. They have reached 65% herd immunity. And nobody wants to talk about that. They have reached 65% of herd immunity. And they are functioning with this COVID-19 stuff, and they're treating it just like the flu. And Florida, man, they used to be in the news on CNN, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, all the left news channels. And now Florida is running, almost ranked number one with the lowest population of COVID cases. Now, notice, I'm not diagnosing. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I just know what I'm doing. But I tell you what, man, it's backfiring hard. Now a lot of people, see, this is where I come into play. As a pastor, I've been trying to tell y'all for years, you always put some cash back for an emergency, just in case something come up like this. I've always told you, you do not trust your government. And when they coming up and they're thinking they're giving you something, such as stimulus checks and pay stuff, they're not giving you a damn thing. They're borrowing money from our children's future. That's what they're doing. And now they're standing at a government shutdown, and now they have got to infuse more money and expand the national debt even more, because none of them have the stomach to balance the budget. But they do have the stomach to cook the books and to lie to you. They're all lies. I told you, if a politician's mouth is moving, he or she is lying, period. But man, I tell you, the mental gymnastics that is taking place right now, America is definitely divided because of the Democratic administration and Joe Biden. World, America is, I'm telling you, the spirit of 1776 is rising hard. We've got whole entire police departments quitting. That's what we got. We got total anarchy in cities. Where the people who used to be the people who used to work for the government, they are now rebelling. You see, some people have probably positioned themselves after they've seen this administration get in. And let me tell you again, gun sales, record gun sales are off of the chart, off of the proverbial chart here in America. And mind you, we got more guns than we do people. Off of the chart. Every single time Democrats get in the office, off of the chain chart. The border, still wide open. People are flooding in left and right. And now, I mean, it's all kind of stuff going. Gas prices off of the chain. Inflation gone crazy over here. I mean, literal crazy over here in America. America is quickly finding out that the Democratic Party don't give a damn about your liberties. That's what Arnold Schwarzenegger said. He said, screw your liberties. Ooh, boy, did he make a lot of enemies. A lot of enemies on that one over here. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Wow. So now guess what? They refuse to talk about herd immunity. Refuse to talk about that. And even to refer us as herd is making a statement that they view us as cattle. But these people have really truly believe that they are our lords. And now the people are pushing back. Alabama, which has some of the lowest paying nurses that there are, they're all going to Houston. They're all going to Houston because of the amount of nurses that has quit up there because they're not going to be forced to go against their conscience. It's their body. Isn't it amazing here in America when it comes to abortion? You see these people out there protesting, my body, my choice, my body, my choice. But when the government gets its foot into something and starts mandating, all of a sudden it ain't your body and your choice. And man, I mean, there's nothing but fury and fire coming from the American people over here in America right now. Nothing but fury and fire. They actually hate this administration. They hate these politicians. Hate them with scorn and derision. They hate them. And the visceral attitude that Joe Biden experiences wherever he goes, that sorry shell of a man, boy, I tell you, you would think that he would just go ahead and get back in his basement where he was during the whole campaign. Hard to believe that he was more popular than Barack Hussein Obama and Donald Trump. I still don't get that. Joe Biden, who everybody wants you to believe is more popular than Barack Hussein Obama and Donald Trump, got more votes than him, are unbelievable. Man, I tell you what, and now America, a laughing stock on the world scene. Laughing stock, weak, impotent. Whew, this is ugly. Well, anyway, I just wanted to come on here and just give y'all a little bit of this news update and stuff, because it's my job to help read between the lines so you can really truly know what's going on. I told y'all, and I've always said this, listen. What you need to do is you need to invest in yourself, and hell with America. America is just the individual person. And the spirit that you have in your heart is not the spirit that these overlords and these dictators and these Conrads and these Caesars who actually think that they have over us. They actually they think they can exercise some type of perceived authority over us that hasn't been granted to them. And I'm watching this. I'm watching. But one thing I'm glad that I positioned myself years ago for such a time as this. You ought to take my advice. Go back in my archives. Check it out and take this video. Like it, share it, copy it, put it out. Get it out to anybody who has the eyes to see and the ears to hear and the heart to believe. Y'all have a wonderful day.